So hey, what's up guys, Riotbox here and welcome back to our brand new episode of the MotoGP 18 career mode. So here you go, we can see that we're going to be heading to the next round, which is the Austrian Grand Prix. Bit of a mixed results in the past here. Austria has struggled in the Moto2. I think we did pretty well in Moto3 though. But we'll have to wait and see how we get on for the first time here in the MotoGP class, obviously on our KTM Red Bull bike. Hopefully we can get a better ride in the next transfer window, which is towards the end of the season. So if you want me to change team, I'd rather go to somewhere like Yamaha if we get the offer, or Tech 3, happy with Tech 3. But I have to wait and see what happens. In last year's game, I believe we went to Pramac and Suzuki and LCR Honda as well. We changed around quite a bit, to be honest. But let's get into this first qualifying lap then. So a very short lap ahead of us. So let's see what sort of lap time we can pump in on this KTM. So coming to cross the line then, no one else has set a lap yet, so I'm not sure what it's going to be like, but I'm going to go for another one. The 24.3 we've set so far, so let's see if we can go a little bit quicker than that on this next lap. Already better through turn number one, and the first thing I noticed about riding this track on the MotoGP bike, it is so bumpy. So our bike might struggle around here with the bumps, but we'll have to wait and see if that affects us in the race. So coming around the final corner then. This has been a much better lap time. We've gone about 1.3 seconds quick through the third sector. It's 1.1 through the final sector. I will take that. Let's see. I'm going to risk it without seeing what anyone else has set. What we do, we go fastest by 1.1 seconds. So it's going to be close for pole position in the second qualifying session. It's a bit weird how some tracks I'm able to go like decent like that, and then others like the previous race in the last episode where it's slightly embarrassing, but nonetheless, let's get into this qualifying 2 session. So here we are then, right at the end of the session. You can see Zarco, a 23.7 so far, fastest time overall. I've left myself enough time for one, possibly, well, I think it's enough for two laps here in this qualifying 2 session. I'm going out right at the end, so let's see what we can do here at Austria. Fairly confident we can challenge for a front row position, so let's see how we get on. So here we go then, crossing the line for our first lap, and it's enough for pole by about 0.3 of a second, so I'll take that. See if it is as we finish the session though. Yes it is, still by 3 and a bit tenths, so almost 4 tenths, so that is a good pole position from us there. It's just, we're still trying to find that first win this season on this KTM. It's going to be a bit of a struggle, but it is a challenge, and hopefully it's something we can do on this bike, but we'll have to wait and see. So let's head into the race then for the first race of this episode. So the question is, can we get a decent start here at Austria? It's quite a short run into turn number 1. It's an uphill braking zone, so we can hopefully brake pretty late, but we've got Valentino, Rossi and Zarco on the front row, so no Ducati to worry about. He's on the middle of the second row, Dovi, so let's see how we get on then. And Zarco seems to have got a decent start, but we seem to have got a much better start then. Can we brake very late into turn number 1? Oh, bit too late there, out wide a little bit. We get away with it, and here is Dovizioso. Can we keep him at bay? He's already into second place off of the line. So it's, can we keep him at bay without running wide into this corner here? Come on, pull it around, we'll get away with it. So we'll have to brake in the normal braking zones on the next lap. And Zarco and Rossi are back ahead of Dovizioso. So maybe Dovi ran a bit wide there. And it's a very short lap round here at Austria. So it's going to be a very quick 3 laps here at at the Red Bull Ring in Austria for the Austrian Grand Prix. This is our first Austrian Grand Prix in the MotoGP class, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but it's an opportunity here maybe to get our first win, as we seem to have some decent pace around here, some decent race pace. As I say, that will get out wide, and Zarco's the only one that really seems to be battling with us on pace. So obviously he's only on a Tech 3, which means we've got a shot at the victory. I mean, Dovi's going to be there or thereabouts, but he's got to get past Valentino first. But there we go, we're back past Zarco. We didn't really see that as I was looking behind us, so I must have made a little mistake coming out of there. Into the final corner we go to start lap number 2, so because it's a very short lap as well, hopefully we can bring home the win as well. That's going to help us. Valentino and Dovi are a bit further back than Zarco is to us, so going to turn number 1 then. Zarco, he's right there looking up the inside, so we're going to have to watch out into turn number 1, maybe brake a little bit later, but I don't want to run wide. If we run wide at turn number 1, we've done ourselves over for the first lap. So I'll probably brake a little bit late here as well. Oh my god, we're out wide again on the gravel. That is not good over the sausage curb, and we get away with it. We ran so wide there. We were so lucky to keep it in the lead. I thought we were going to come off as well. Braking then downhill. This is downhill braking zone, so it's quite deceptive. You have to brake earlier than you think, or at least I think so. Again, keeping it ahead of Zarco. I mean, where's Dovi? Who's in third place? That is the question. It only shows the second place. Pretty annoying, that is, to be honest. But let's keep on pumping in the lap times. We've only got one more lap to go after this one, but I think Dovi's in third place. Yes, there's Dovi. He's all over the back of Zarco. Dovi is an absolute beast on this game, and he needs nerfing. He needs nerfing, but Zarco, if he can keep him behind, we might have a shot at getting our first win on this KTM, and more importantly, in our MotoGP career. Let's go as we get out wide a little bit. Can we get our first win? Come on, one more lap to go, no pressure. So coming into turn number one, brake a little bit later than we did last time round. We set the fastest lap of the race as well. I think Dovi's probably got a faster lap in him, but he's a bit too far behind. He's stuck behind Zarco to be able to do anything. So one last time coming up this hill through sector one for the last time. Braking very late, much better this time. Hitting that apex nicely, getting a good run up over this little hill, and you can see Zarco's in trouble. He's got Dovi all over the back of him. I can't even see now. Oh, we braked a little bit late. Come on. Oh, we get away with it. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Dovi is now ahead of Zarco, and if we're not careful, Dovi could get us at these final corners. So come on, let's hold it. Hold the apex. I can feel a bottle coming on. We're going to bottle it if we're not careful. Come on. Round turn 6. Through turn 7, trying to keep an open line there. Hit that apex. Keep Dovi at bay. Where is Dovi? He's still there with us. Right there with us. So if we're not careful, he could come up the inside. This is an opportunity for him to get ahead of us at this penultimate corner. He is less than half a second behind us. Come on. Just got to hold it around the final corner one more time. Hold the apex and Dovi won't be able to get through. Keep it on line. And Dovi's too far back to do anything. And we're going to take our first victory here in the MotoGP class. What a result that is on that KTM. This will give us a big boost in the championship. And look at that. We climbing the levels. Crazy. We got a fastest lap of the race. No, we didn't. Dovi got fastest lap of the race 23.7. I don't know why that's not showing up. Lots of people got fastest lap of the race. Well, faster lap than us. So that's a bit strange. But anyway, we are now only 7 points. No, 8 points off of Valentino, Rossi, and Marquez is now 38 points off of Dovi. Dovi's just pulling away every single race, and we now move ahead of Suzuki again. We're ahead of Pramac again, and this should bump up our look at these riding positions and all these sort of things. Level 88, level 89, 91, 88. That is good for us there. As you can see here, our first victory celebration here. And Zarco on the podium with us as Dovi, so a different podium. Don't expect to see Zarco on the podium all the time, but it's a good result for us. So let's head into the next round. Should give us some confidence, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get another good result. So we're going to do some more bike development. What can we do? I'm going to go for some more. The brakes are okay. Suspension, yeah, we'll go upgrade the suspension. Upgrade the hydraulics in the suspension. So let's get into the next round at Silverstone. So here we are then for the first qualifying lap. This is our first flying lap, which we'll see what we can do here in qualifying 1 then. See if we can get close to Scott Redding. Last time I had a lot of confidence going into a qualifying session, which was Brno. We ended up coming in almost last, so we'll have to wait and see how we do here on our newly upgraded KTM. It seems to be riding the bumps a lot better, you can see. So let's start this opening lap and see how we get on. Let's come around the final corner then, let's see what we can do. What is it? Oh, we go 7.5 tenths off. In the final sector, we were about 2.5 tenths underneath the time we needed, so we're going to have to go again. One more try at this qualifying session then. So again, we're going about half a second underneath Scott Redding's time, so let's see if we can hold on to it this time around the second half of the lap. And maybe we'll take pole, well, fastest lap in this qualifying 1 session. So this time we're about a second underneath of Bautista it is now. So let's see if we can hold on to it. It's the final sector last time where we lost it all. Coming to this final sector. So as you can see, trying to pick up a little bit of slipstream off of Simeon, coming across the line. Then what's it going to be? A 58.1. How do we lose 2 seconds in the final sector? Man, I'm just going to finish this session. I don't care. That is so frustrating. How do we lose 2 seconds in one sector? Oh, that is so frustrating. We could have been on for a good lap time. So this is a home Grand Prix, and we're going to struggle here. Zarco's season best result so far is first, so we've got ourselves a win as well, obviously in the previous race. So let's see how we can do here at Silverstone. Then this could make a very frustrating race if we're quick through the first 3 sectors and then lose 2 seconds in the final sector. We'll have to wait and see. So let's get to the grid then. So you can see starting from almost the back of the grid, not quite, Marquez is on pole, so he's going to be trying to get back past Dovi in the championship. See, Dovi's there in 4th place. He's going to get a wonderful start on that Ducati. We're at least ahead of Bradley Smith, one of our teammates, and Spargo is a bit further up. So let's see how we get on then off of the line. Pretty decent start trying to get past Petrucci. He's down here as well, so it's not good as everyone comes into turn 1. No contact, no crashes through turn number 1, so clean turn number 1, which is just what you want, especially when I'm trying to pick up some points as we're trying to find a way past El Abraham. He slots in front of us. We run a bit deep. Try hold it up the inside here. Come on, Sirene's ahead of us. Let's pull it back round. Get a good run onto this straight. Look at that, round the outside. Just some clear air, no being held up or checking up off of anyone. You can see Bautista's got a slow run. We've got a fantastic run. Up the inside we go then of our teammate Pol Espargaro into 10th place. The bump's pushing us out wide. It's a very bumpy at that corner then. It probably pushed us out wide a little bit. We lost a few places. We come up the inside here. Oh my god, that's deep, and we had to use Vinales. There's a little bit of a break there, and we're going to lose that again as Tito Rabat and Pol Espargaro come underneath us. Oh my god, out wide a little bit. That was quite scary, not going to lie. But anyway, we're going to be heading almost into the final sector, which is we get up the inside. Bit of bumpy rallycross going on there, but the final sector, which we're about to go into, is where we lost in qualifying about 2 seconds on our quickest lap. So I am not looking forward to this final sector. Pol Espargaro is just ahead of us. Well, he's slotted behind us now, so we're ahead of both of our teammates, which is what we want for our objectives. And Pol Espargaro is doing pretty decent around here, so I think it's the braking zone here where I lose a bit of time. We seem to do okay. I can't see how we've lost 2 seconds so far. This is around here. It's quite bumpy. As you can see, Pol Espargaro trying to come up the inside. He's not able to do it, so I think we've been able to make... Maybe we just made a mistake on the qualifying lap and I overreacted and rage quit and flipped myself over on the bike. But nonetheless, we're on the back of Jack Miller again. So we've got 2 more laps left in this race here at Silverstone. It's a very long lap, so we've got plenty of time to try and carve our way through the top 10. So obviously this KTM isn't suited to Silverstone like it was at Austria. It's quite well suited actually to Austria. Come on then, let's get Jack Miller. Half a second off of him. What can we do? What can we do? Come on, where are we going to be able to get him? If we're going to be able to get him anywhere, it's going to be the first half of the lap, I think, rather than the second half. The second half's a big struggle for us. Getting the bike flipped over in that chicane. Oh, here we go, out wide a little bit, and here comes our teammate again, trying to get out the inside. Looks like to be a teammate battle, but slight contact there, and he backs out of it. Go through turn 11, through turn 11, which is Abbey, and through Farm now. I don't really know their corner names. I'm reading it from the bottom left. It's one thing I've never been good at, corner names at tracks. You're struggling for a bit of traction here. Could be worth starting to upgrade traction. I haven't upgraded that because if we struggle with traction, we just whack traction control up a little bit. So it could be worth. It could help with acceleration, couldn't it? I suppose so. That's what we need, more acceleration rather than top end speed. Bringing it round, and here's Pol Espargaro up the inside. So this corner here is a killer. We're going to get back at him up the inside. There we go. Very aggressive with him, and we're back into 10th place. Oh my god, I was itching my nose and we got out wide a little bit. Oh, look how wide we are there, 58.3. Dovey is almost 2 seconds a lap quicker than us. I think Dovey's just ran away with it again. Is there any way to nerf Dovey? I mean, there are mods out for this game. I should probably take a look at some of them. See if we can get some mods going for the AI, because I don't like the fact that Dovey runs away with every single race. Oh my god, the rear is snapping on us there. So we're switching direction very quick. We can't put the power down very well. So I suppose that's one of the downfalls of upgrading our agility on the bike. We're going to need to upgrade the traction. Let's run wild a little bit again. Up there, very bumpy. And we're on the final lap. We've come home with 10th place. I will take that. Quite happy with 10th place, to be honest. Obviously never been my favourite track, Silverstone. Quite a long one for a MotoGP race, but it's quite a good track, I suppose. But on this game, I do suffer from lots of understeer, no matter what it is, MotoGP, Moto2, Moto3. I do suffer with a lot of mid-corner, medium speed understeer from the bike, so we just go out wide and there's just not a lot I can do, and then you see the AI and they just absolutely power through, and it baffles me. But we'll see how we do. Definitely going to need to start upgrading the traction control, the traction from the engine as we're getting out on the bumps there. Pulling it around, there we go, come on. Jack Miller's now 2 seconds ahead of us. It's now Lorenzo. Lorenzo's got ahead of our teammate, so can we keep Lorenzo at bay? We're going to hold the defensive line, and somehow Lorenzo comes flying up the inside. You can see him flying over the curb. Can we get him back into this turn 17? No, we can't, unless we can get a decent run out of here. But that Ducati is just so quick, especially at the hands of Dovizioso. As you can see, he takes another win. He's had like 5 back-to-back wins here. Marquez is in 3rd. So 11th place in the end. A few points for us in the championship, but we're probably going to drop down a position or 2. So let's see what we do then in the championship. No, still 5th place, but not really closing in on anyone. We've been in 5th place for ages, absolutely ages. Still in 6th place in the team rankings, which is really good for KTM. But we're rolling up the levels now, almost level 90 with everything. So our riders becoming a lot better now. And hopefully we'll get ourselves a good team for the future. But anyway, that's been it for this episode. If you did enjoy, remember to give it a like, comment and subscribe for more. So we will see you in the next one.